Welcome to my decluttering of my concealers. So my husband has given me the order that I have to clear up all my concealers, and before I do so, I thought that it would be a good idea to share with everyone my current collections of concealers. These are not everything that I owned in the past. I've already cleared out some of them over the years, but it's about time to do another decluttering, and before I put them up for sale or giving it to others, I think I would like to share my thoughts and what I will be giving away and what I will be keeping. So I've actually tried to order them in order of coverage, but it was too hard as quite a lot of them have very similar coverage. So let's start, and the first one that I will be sharing is this Kryolan cream concealer. I've seen it quite a few times in YouTube videos and I was very intrigued. I can't get this in Singapore, so I found this on one of my trips in Taiwan and I had very high hopes, but I was a little bit disappointed. I don't think that the coverage was as high as I expected it to be, because this is actually supposed to be stage makeup, but I felt that its coverage was actually lighter than something like the Urban Decay or the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. So, and it was too dry for under eyes. I actually expected this to cover up my acne scars, which it can kind of do it, but it wasn't as amazing as I expected it to be, and it required quite a lot of work to build up the coverage. And on that same trip, I got this Koh Gen Do, a cream concealer as well, because I wanted to give cream concealers a chance. I thought that cream concealers were better for pimple scars, and this is supposed to be a very popular brand for its foundations. It's Koh Gen Do is a Japanese brand, and compared to the Kryolan one, the coverage of the Koh Gen Do is actually lighter, but this is more moisturizing. So I thought pimple scars under the eyes, but really the coverage was so not impressive that I really didn't see a point in putting this under my eyes. I couldn't tell much of a difference, so I seldom use this now. Okay, moving on, this is the L'Oreal Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra-Longwear Concealer. Again, I saw someone, some YouTube beauty vloggers share about this, and they was like saying that this doesn't dry, doesn't cake under the eyes. So I'm nearing my 40s, so under my eyes it just seems to make many concealers cake around 10 a.m. 11 a.m. in the morning, and I just can't seem to find a good under eye concealer that will not cake or become dry and emphasize my fine lines over the day as the day goes by, because I feel that when that happens, it makes me look older. I might as well not put any concealer on. So I've been on this quest, as you can see, that I try almost every concealer I can find, looking for the holy grail, which I think I found, so stay tuned. But for this one, I think it's okay. It's not a bad concealer. However, it didn't impress me that much to keep. It was not really special. It does have some coverage. It doesn't cake as much as the others that I will be sharing later, but it wasn't something that I fell in love with. So I'll probably let that go, including the two concealers before it. Next up is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric concealer. This is in the shade 3. So this one again came highly raved with the Power Fabric series, and I felt this was a little bit too dry for under my eyes. The thing with most makeup is that once you put it on, it looks nice, but around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and I look at myself in the mirror in the office toilet, and I'm like, oh my god, I really want to take it off. So this is another one of those that would emphasize my fine lines under my eyes. So yeah, going to try and sell it or get rid of it. This is the Dior Forever Undercover, another one of those long-lasting ones. So I actually have, you know, tried quite a few of these long-lasting types of concealers, hoping that I could find one with high coverage that lasted throughout the day and doesn't cake under the eyes. Sadly, this didn't, you know, fulfill the mark. It still dried out under the eyes as the day wore by, and coverage was okay, but you could just see there was like two patches of drying paint under the eyes. So okay, and here comes my current holy grail. Probably one of the most expensive of my lot, but this is the Cle De Peau under eye concealer. It is the Radiant Corrector for eyes. So this is the only one so far that I have found that even as the day wore by, it still looks okay under the eyes. It wasn't too dry. There was slight drying, but really compared to all the others, it was really considered minimal or non-existent. Coverage wise, I wouldn't say it's the highest coverage, but because it's not so high coverage, it doesn't cake as much. The others really, they claim to be very high coverage, but it really felt like paint. This doesn't feel like paint, and it still provides medium coverage, I would say. I wouldn't say it's full coverage, but this is the one that wore the best under my eyes out of all of these, and this is probably the only one I will be keeping. And probably I'll keep one other concealer just for the occasional pimple scars that I have here, because this is really not meant for acne scars. This is for under the eyes. Okay, moving on. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Full Coverage Concealer. This is really like war paint. The color that I got is light warm, which is really not the right color for me, I think. Even though I really tried my best at Sephora to try and find the right color to cover my scars, but I think I got it wrong. In terms of coverage, yes, it's pretty high coverage, but again, it's really cakey. It's a dry type of concealer, so I would say it's better for acne scars. I would never put this under my eyes unless I want to look like I'm 90 years old. However, because of the color, I won't be keeping this as well. Okay, and then we have the Tarte Shape Tape. This is the one that has so many beauty vloggers raving about this, how it was amazing under the eyes, it doesn't cake, it doesn't dry. But on me, it really, I would say it does have the coverage for under the eyes, but it looks really fake, like paint, and it does emphasize my fine lines around 12 o'clock when it's lunchtime. It doesn't make me look younger, that's the thing. Like, at my age, I want to look younger, not older. So again, don't understand what the hype was about. I think it would work if you're younger and you have less fine lines, but for me, it can't work. Okay, next we have the Makeup Forever Ultra HD, another high coverage one. Not as drying as the Tarte or the Urban Decay concealers. However, it's not moisturizing. I think that's the main gist in all the long wearing high coverage concealers that you know, claim to be really good for under the eyes, is that actually I didn't find any of them to be moisturizing enough to be used under the eyes. This is probably better than the other two, but in comparison to my current favorite, the Cle De Peau, this is still drier, so I'm still loving this one, and I'm gonna keep this one. And the last one of my lot is the Urban Decay Born This Way. This was supposed to be a more moisturizing version of the Tarte Shape Tape. So again, I bought this with high hopes that it would work for me. It was less cakey than the Tarte Shape Tape for sure, and but still not moisturizing enough that I loved it. However, I think it works well for acne scars. So what are the two concealers I'll be keeping out of this lot is probably these two. One for covering my acne scars and one for under eye concealing, and I'm gonna try and somehow get rid of the rest of my collection. Okay, thank you very much. I would put the description and names of all the concealers below in the description bar, and thank you.